Hello, it's almost 9 o'clock. Welcome to the weather update today, and we're going to first go over these high temperatures today and talk about how some areas had it worse than others, and once again, Long Island avoided the worst of the heat today. Only upper 80s across Long Island, upper 80s. Maybe the North Shore was in the 90s, but mostly upper 80s in the middle of the island. Low to mid 80s on the South Shore, but then as we head into, and you can see here's the difference. So we'll go over here, 87, and Farmingdale hit 87, Islip hit 88, West Hampton hit 85, JFK hit 87, but then you go over to LaGuardia and it hit 95. So big difference between those two places. 92 in Central Park, 92 in White Plains, 96 in Teterboro, and 96, of course, in Toms River. Toms River did not have the highest number today, but you could see generally all the heat in Jersey and in the city, whereas Long Island had the sea breeze, which is, again, is why you don't really want to be living in these places if you're heat intolerant like me. Survival in a place like New Jersey or even many parts of New York City and the Hudson Valley are off limits unless you have door-to-door transportation. If you have to walk around in this kind of weather, even with the way things have been, the heat has had an impact on me. It's aggravated. It's for some reason it makes you very thirsty. It aggravates all my other conditions, and it's just something I have to avoid. And that's why these hot places here, I can't even visit until we get a really major pattern change. I can't even think about visiting New Jersey with the way things have been there. So we'll look at the current temperatures across the area. We'll first start at the radar here. Some activity upstate. We did have a lot of activity earlier, and actually there should be something in the local storm reports. We'll have to see about that if there is. But it's 84 currently in Central Park. Obviously holding on to the heat, that urban heat island effect. Around 80 at Farmingdale. Though there's a nice breeze. You could see the wind was southwest at 14. We'll look at Islip as well. And they're 80 degrees, but there is a nice breeze outside. It's not that bad compared to the way it is in New Jersey, where it is 87 degrees at this hour at Teterboro still. So a lot hotter there. Good 7 degrees hotter there. What about Toms River? What is the temperature there right now? So it's at 82, and 85 at Mount Holly. So it's definitely warmer, holding on to the heat more, no surprise. We'll look at the underground here, and you will see also that heat island effect that is going on, of course, in New Jersey and in the city. So South Shore, upper 70s, pretty much upper 70s across Long Island right now, and closer to 80 degrees, maybe a few low 80s on the North Shore. Then as we go into New York City, temperatures holding on to the heat, mid 80s still, mid 80s in Jersey as well. So still dealing with the heat over there, that's for sure. So we have. Let's see if I can find anything about a storm report for what happened, because we had some severe weather here. Right, here we go. So National Weather Service, they're looking for information. So let's see if there's something on Twitter. Please let us know about severe weather. So let's see if we have anything here, any reports. All right, there was a storm around Plainsboro, New Jersey. Let's see this. I'm not sure where it is. Doesn't give a location. Some tree damage. Not sure where that is, but you can see a big cumulonimbus cloud in the sky there. Not sure. It doesn't say. They should say where it is. I guess this is all from Plainsboro. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can find anything from that storm, because there was. I can't believe they don't have a storm report for that storm. Okay, they do not. The Weather Service has not issued a storm report. And I don't know why, because if we go and we look at the patch from Rocky Point, we're going to actually look that up right now. Rocky Point patch. Let's see if, because there was a church struck by lightning out there. I can't believe the Weather Service doesn't have that on their website. I can't believe it. Let's see if they have it here. Waiting for it to load. So here we go. This was from the storms this afternoon. So Shoreham Church was struck by lightning from these storms. Though I'm not surprised considering all those lightning strikes. Here is, and there was hail too. Here is a video of the hail. So I'll put this article in the. Look at that. You can see how it's coming down. Or there's some strong winds too. You can see with this. So I had a microburst with it as well. This was a severe thunderstorm. A warning was wound up being issued for this storm, as you could see here. Playing some of the video here, you can see this was a pretty rough storm here, and we'll scroll down and you'll see the size of some of the hailstones here. Those are pretty sizable. So here is some posts. This was the storm from Rocky Point on the right. This is another video of it, so let's see this one. You can see here as well another video of it. Rain coming down, very heavy, and some hail in there too. And wow, that's quite a storm, that's for sure, that wound up hitting out there. So looking at the satellite, you will see here we have a whole bunch of storms that are firing off to the west. This is a very, very slow-moving cold front that's approaching our area right now. And if we look at the Ventus sky, again you could see cooler on Long Island, more heat in Jersey. You can clearly see much more red over New Jersey, where it's cooler on Long Island. Like I said, it's impossible for somebody who cannot deal with heat to live in that kind of climate. It's challenging enough here, so that's for sure. So for those of you who want to see me living there, in your dreams, all right? So let's look at the radar here for a minute. And we do have some storms off to the west. You can see a couple. It looks like there's a bad one around Albany. So this is all part of a slow-moving cold front that's approaching our area. So let's take a look at the models and see what it does with this cold front as it approaches the area. And we're going to first start off with the NAM model instead of the GFS, because that's a better model when it comes to modeling the thunderstorm activity that we could be experiencing tomorrow. So as we go into a Wednesday, you will see here not much activity yet, and I think this might be underdone. But then look at this; it breaks out in the afternoon, and this again, the NAM has been constantly indicating this line of severe thunderstorms forming somewhere between 5, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and here it is, just north and west of the city. And if we I don't know why my computer is doing that. You can see it approaches. It looks like it has it fizzle out a little bit, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen. And you can see all the purples. This could be a major severe weather event tomorrow. So I'm telling you now, I think there's a possibility we could see some severe thunderstorms tomorrow evening with this line. And it looks like it really just pounds Jersey, because Jersey's going to be hot again, and there's going to be more energy in the atmosphere over there for more severe thunderstorms. Why is my computer doing that? I do apologize. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. I don't know. So you just have to bear with me. That moves away, but we could still have some residual moisture in effect offshore. And it tries to dry us out. So if we look at the temperatures, we'll look at the high temperatures on the NAM, first of all. To show you, this is a little bit of a higher resolution. You can see much hotter over New Jersey. I think it's going to be even more pronounced tomorrow. And then you can see where the cool air comes through. That's the front and the thunderstorms there. And then for Thursday, we have mid-80s. All right, but it's all about where those dew points are, and where the difference in the dew point is where the front actually is. So you can see the drier air that is trying to get in. If we look at the NAM, you can see this drier air trying to get in here. But this front is like hitting this ridge here. You see this big ridge here, and it's hitting this damn ridge, and it's kind of causing the front to slow down and then stall out. So the question is, will we get into this drier air? It's very close to our area. Thursday and to Friday, it's trying to really bleed into our area, but will it be able to? For you folks up in Albany and upstate, you're going to have beautiful weather. But for us, it's questionable whether we'll get into that. And Jersey, yeah, forget it. You're not even going to get into that, especially south in Tom's River. No, it's going to be humid. You're not getting any relief. So let's look at the cloud on this, and you see I'm using this just to show you where the front is. So it tries to clear it out, but we're going to have to see. That front is awfully close by. It's just the same old thing with the damn stall front syndrome and the ridge that we have to deal with. So we'll move it over to the GFS now and try to visualize this front a little more in the GFS. If I can just get this just right. So you can see here comes the front. Looks like there's some kind of system developing here. We'll have to watch for that. So here comes the front. And you can see it keeps us in the clouds Thursday. It keeps us in the clouds Friday. We're not really going to clear out. Sunday, we might have more of a chance to clear out. Trying to clear it out Monday. It's literally just to our south. Just trying to just break the back of this ridge, which is this ridge has just been a thorn on our side ever since. It looks like maybe as we get toward the end of next week, maybe we can break the back of this ridge. Maybe. But I don't want to focus too much on the long range because I'm really concerned about the more of the severe weather potential for tomorrow. So let's look at the HDRPS, which is another model we can look at when it comes to thunderstorm development. So here we go into Wednesday, and there's that weak tropical, a little like a very weak wave out there, very weak. So here's the HDRPS, and look at that. It also forms this line. So NAM and HDRPS are in agreement that we are going to have a squall line moving across the area. It could be really severe, according to this, sometime around 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow, and there is a real threat for some severe weather with this. So that's another model that's agreeing about the severe weather threat. Let's see if we can get the HRRR in as well and see how the HRRR handles this severe weather threat as well, because again, you have this doesn't really go far enough out, so it only goes out that far. So that's why I don't use the HRRR. It's a very short range model. Let's just look at the RGM. It's hard to really visualize with the RGM seems to have him fizzle. I don't know if I'm buying that. The NAM and the HDRPS are two pretty good models when it comes to look at the ICO. They're two pretty good models when it comes to modeling thunderstorms. So we're going to have to see here, because I'm really concerned about the severe threat. If we go back to the Ventu sky and we go to thunderstorms and we look at the forecast for tomorrow, right, so we'll move this ahead to tomorrow, July 31st, and we put this around. Oh yeah, you can see some really high cape. Look at that. It's indicating a thunderstorm right there. You see that area of descending air? It's a thunderstorm. So it's indicating that. Oh yeah, very elevated capes. The atmosphere is going to all be juiced up, just waiting to be primed tomorrow. So I'm really concerned about another outbreak of severe weather like what we had last week, perhaps affecting our area again. Let's go and look at the. I want to see if I could figure another model we could possibly look at here when it comes to the thunder. You know what? We are going to go and we're going to look at the Ventu sky, not the Ventu sky site. We're going to look at the windy sites and see what that shows from our as far as the thunderstorm threat goes. So we're going to zero in on our area here, and it says here a new heat wave hits Europe. So we'll have to talk about that in a climate update perhaps, but I'm focusing on the weather in our area. So here's the Euro. So let's take a look at the thunder threat here and see what we have for tomorrow. So we have to move it to tomorrow, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Let's see, 6 p.m. Yeah, you can see it's moving in. So there is a real threat. It's just a matter of the timing at this point and whether it's going to hold together or not. But yeah, I'm really concerned about some of these conditions that we're going to be having for tomorrow. I'm really concerned about it. You can actually go with thunderstorms right here, and this shows you here the areas. The darker it is, the worse it could be. So we're really going to have to keep our eye on this severe threat for tomorrow. I'm really concerned about that. Given the atmosphere and what we have in the atmosphere, I'm really concerned. We'll go back to tropical tidbits and look at the GFS, and I'm curious to see what the GFS has for dew points for tomorrow, because again, these dew points are going to be up there, and this is the problem. You have that air just primed. Like I said, you have all this humidity in the air, the heat, all going to help to push these storms. So, and you can see inland the heat is worse. Again, it's a little cooler. Maybe that'll protect Long Island, but that's no guarantee because the humidity is still there. There's still energy for the storms when they come in and affect our area. And you can see Thursday still some heat sticking around. Friday cools off a little bit more. Like I said, I'm not really going to go into the long range. I'm not even going to go into the weekend because we got to focus on this threat for severe weather tomorrow. So I'm really concerned about that. And I would not be surprised if a severe thunderstorm watch, looks like there is already one upstate. A severe thunderstorm watch is now in effect for upstate, and it's missing from the thing. So I don't know, I don't know why it's missing from that, but we have that. We have the heat advisor, and we have the air quality alert. So again, if you're outside, you don't want to be outside for very long. Central Park is reporting light rain. Really? Or that can't be current. It's reporting light rain. We don't have a thunderstorm over Central Park, do we? No, we do not. Nothing on icy anyway. So that concludes this weather update. The main thing about tomorrow, we got to watch for severe thunderstorms, especially in the evening, impacting the evening rush. There's a possibility that we could see another similar type of thing to what we saw last week. So that wraps up this weather update, and I'll try to keep you posted on the latest with the severe weather. I'll try to do another weather update tomorrow afternoon so we can take a look and see how things are setting up. All right, have a good night.